Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. It's that van guy again with another weekly video. Today's going to be my store finds and mail deliveries for the week. Got a good amount of items, not a giant load, but not just a few. I got a couple items, one item from eBay, one item from my local Walmart that I found in store, and then the rest of the stuff from SC Diecast, a local diecast dealer in my area. I get a lot of my stuff from SC Diecast. This is the first item that we'll go over to show you some of the stuff in the package before we open it. Most of the stuff we're going to be opening today. This one I got from eBay. This is a Matchbox Team Convoy. I'm only interested in the van. It's kind of like a raked stance Chevy van. There's like 3 different bases, and this is kind of like the rake stance. I'll get more into that once we open it up. But I'm probably going to resell the rest of it, like the hauler and the stock car. I don't care about it. I'm just going to take the van out and try to get whatever I can for the rest. I got a pretty decent deal on it on eBay. This one is like a little more uncommon. They put out a bunch of these Team Convoy packs. Some of them had 2 race cars in, some of them had vans in. So there's only a few of these Team Convoys vans that I'm missing, maybe like 1 or 2, and certain ones are harder to find than others. But this one is somewhat uncommon. Not, I wouldn't say rare, just you don't see it as often as some of the other ones. So we're going to open that up and we'll check out the van. That's one of the things I found on eBay. Then this item was this M2 model kit. Is one I found at my local Walmart. 7,500 pieces. They released like a hobby exclusive that was basically the exact same thing as this, but in like a fiery orangish red. And this is a green version. So I'm trying to collect all the Dodge A100s from M2. So had to get this model kit. I'll probably we will be cutting it open. I will show it finished, but it might take me a little while to put it together, but I'll probably just, cut that part out and show it to you all completed, so you don't have to listen to me swear and curse. Sometimes those M2 model kits are not the easiest to put together. And then the rest of the stuff is from SC Diecast. I'll give you a little shot of their business card in case you want some information on them. Okay, there we go. So yeah, SC Diecast, semi-local to me, maybe hour and a half drive away from where I live. So there's some of the info. They sell on Amazon and on eBay, I believe. And you can give them a call or order through their Facebook page. Might have some more info on the back. There we go. They have pretty much everything, and that's pretty much all they sell is die-cast in all different scales and plastic models and stuff. So not a sponsored video today, but they did help me find some of this stuff. So I'll give you just a quick rundown of the carded stuff. We're going to be opening pretty much everything except for this item. I already have this item. This is a Hot Wheels Premium from the Beatles set, Volkswagen T1 panel bus. I already have this loose in my collection. I was getting it for someone else. This is like the Abbey Road. Someone was a Beatles fan and they were collecting this set and they couldn't find this van, and they wanted me to help them find one. So SC Diecast hooked me up at a good price, and I was gonna sell it at cost to this other person, but then they found it on their own, so now I'm stuck with it. An extra, but I'm sure I can sell it at one of our local diecast meets for what I have into it, or to some of my other vanning diecast collecting buddies. So this one we're not going to be opening because it might be going to a carded collector, and I have every single car in the set already loose in my collection, so we'll just set that one aside. This one's pretty cool. This is a newer casting van. It's a Nissan Nv van. Let's see it. NV. I'm not sure what the NV stands for. Kind of a funky looking van. I wouldn't say the prettiest full-size van, but it's kind of cool that it's a new new manufacturers making a full-size van, because some of them have dropped out. Like, you can't get a Dodge full-size van anymore. You know, they're like the foreign Sprinter things that don't even look like a van. It's really ugly. But this one's kind of cool. It's got it says Sea Aquarium on it, and it looks like it's kind of got like a surfing theme. I think this is the second paint scheme release for this Nissan Nv van casting, and I have the first one, so we'll open that up and check it out in detail. And then SC Diecast also sent these along. These are Planet Toys 1/87th scale little vans, and I'm kind of a diecast snob, or I just, you know, decided you kind of have to draw a line in the sand somewhere on what you're going to collect. And I decided I'm only going to collect 1/64 scale stuff or 1/18th scale stuff. I don't want like 15 different size vans in my collection. I think it looks better if they're all like the same size. And, you know, that way I don't have to spend so much money if I only collect certain scales. So these are smaller than your average like Hot Wheels size. They're 1/87th scale. So I don't collect these. Planet Toys, I might have been the precursor to Greenlight, as this Dodge casting, the tooling, either the Greenlight bought the tooling or this was the precursor to Greenlight, because the Dodge van is exactly the same as the Greenlight casting. So, you know, I'll find a home for these. Again, Planet Toys, I'll just show you the box. They're all pretty much the same. The only difference is on this little black bubble here, it says what type of vehicle it is. And then on the base, obviously, kind of like an M2, they're screwed to a little base. But the rest of the packaging is all the same. These are known as Street Whips from Planet Toys. Sometimes you could find these on eBay in 1/64 scale, 1/87th scale, 1/24th scale from Planet Toys. So just do a search for Planet Toys or Street Whips. But the packaging is pretty much all the same. Just the only difference in the packaging is the year and make of the van inside. But we can open them up. I'm not going to be keeping these for my personal collection, but we can open a few up and I'll just show you what they look like on the base outside of the acrylic box, so you can get a better look at them. But and I do actually have I have most of these in 1/64 scale. What's weird about it is the 74 Dodge E100, I'm sorry, 74 Ford E100 van. It's not available in 1/64 scale, so I'm not really sure. I believe they made this 1974 Ford E100 van in 87th scale and in 1/24th scale, but it's not available. They never made it in the 1/64 scale size, like the regular Hot Wheels size. So, but I do have one of these in 1/64 scale, so we'll compare them side by side so you can get an idea of, you know, scale and how small they are. But like I said, I'm not going to be keeping these for my personal collection, but I'm sure I'll be able to find a good home for them. So let me just adjust the camera and grab the turntable and we'll start ripping stuff open. Okay, the first thing we'll do is check out this Matchbox Team Convoy. Like I said, I just bought it for the van. And the van kind of comes in its own separate little plastic piece. And you can see it's kind of got a raked stance chassis on this one, where the rear wheel is slightly larger than the front wheel, so it kind of sits at a raked stance, kind of like the rear end is up higher in the air than the front. This is Matchbox Chevy van casting, and they have crap loads of these released. You can get them in a more modern, more realistic wheel street chassis style. You can get them in a 4x4 van style. So there's like 3 different chassis. There's like a street chassis, what I like to call the street chassis, the 4x4 chassis, and this is the raked stance chassis, or like wheel configuration. And this is DeWalt, Bobby, let's see, Bobby Dalton maybe? Not really sure. The driver of this, but it has his name scribbled on top there, and it says DeWalt on the hood, number 8. It also says it on the driver's door there, and then not much on the base on the bottom, but it is a metal base. Super fast, I think it says. Chevy van. Plastic wheels. Metal base. So, glad to add that one to the collection. If you want, I'll give you a quick shot of the the hauler with the car on it. Now the car looks a little bit large scale wise. The wheels are kind of big and real fat, so it's not really the most, especially to the semi hauler, when you look at the size of the car versus the size of the semi truck nose of the hauler, they definitely don't really jive like they're the same scale, so they look kind of odd. But I'm not really interested in either one of these. I've sold some of these to friends of mine where they wanted to use the hauler and make a custom with it. So they keep the hauler and they toss the car, and maybe they keep the car for wheels. There aren't as many people that are really into the NASCAR stuff anymore, especially like the old stuff, but I could be wrong. So there's a little shot of that. I'm going to put it back in the packaging so I can resell that part of it. Next up, we'll check out this Matchbox Nissan Nv van. Just a dollar car, like a mainline, but I was waiting and waiting to try to find one at my local Walmart, and I just didn't have any luck finding one, so I ended up ordering it from SC Diecast because I saw he had one on sale on eBay. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I want that one that you got on eBay, and he put it in my box. So it says 2014 Nissan Nv van, Matchbox, plastic gray base, plastic wheels, but it's got kind of like a, I think like a surf livery on it a little bit, or aquarium, sea aquarium. I think it looks pretty cool for a Nissan van. It's got the blue windshield and the blue graphics and a white van. So not bad. And then we'll check out some of these little 1/87th scale street whips from Planet Toys. And this is one of the Fords. And I'll just take it out of the box. And just to give you an idea what you get. It comes in a little acrylic case, that's kind of cool. If you're okay with collecting the smaller stuff. You got this little acrylic case that it comes in. But me, myself, I'm a loose collector. So, I'll maybe take the top off here. The top comes off real easy. And then give you another shot of the van, just so you can kind of check it out without the glare from the acrylic case. Now this one is listed as a 1974 Ford E100 van, and they made a few different paint schemes of this one. Let's see, next up we've got another Ford in a different paint scheme. Another 74 Ford. So I'll open up that box and give you a shot of that. Another 74 Ford E100 van, all black with some gold graphics on it. Greenlight just came out with a 164 version of this van. So now you can get it in 164 scale from Greenlight. But this is 187th scale. And then I got a couple of Dodges in the small scale. Got this one here. And I actually dug this out, my 164 scale version of this. So first I'll show you the small version. Here's a small version. This is kind of like Neptune paint design or something like that, like God of the Sea, like Greek mythology style design on it. And that's a 187th scale. I'll slide it back a little bit and show you the 164 scale version, so you can kind of get an idea of how small these 87th scale ones are. Same exact van, same exact livery, so you can get the same exact paint scheme in a 164 scale, but it's also available in the 87th scale. But pretty much the same. So watch for those Planet toys. And then last of the four that I have to show you, another 75 Dodge D100 van. And this one is also available in a 164 scale version. I actually have this one as well. Pretty cool little vans. Might be cool if you're into crafting or making hobbies and you're a van guy. You could maybe make one of these into like a keychain fob or something like that, like a little keychain trinket or something like that, because they are kind of small. Put it on your keychain somehow. And then last but not least, this M2 model kit of this Dodge E100 van. So I'm going to try to put this together, and then we'll cut back to the video and I'll have it all assembled hopefully and show you what it looks like finished. There's two different sets of wheels. They look real similar. The only thing, one set of tires might have some white lettering on them and one might just be black wool. So one might be more of a chrome and one might be more of a like a black chrome or like a anthracite finish. So I'm going to try to put this together, and then we'll cut back to it finished and I'll show it off on the turntable. Okay, just a little point of interest on the instructions. It looks like it's supposed to have two different options, like 5-spoke torque thrust style wheels, and then like a stock hubcap looking wheel according to the directions, unless these are just generic directions. But if you look in the packaging, they're both, you know, 5-spoke style wheels. Both rim designs are 5 spokes. There isn't like a stock hubcap style wheel. So not sure if that's an error or if these are just generic directions and they aren't really specific to this van. It does seem to show a Dodge though, but it doesn't say specifically, doesn't have the exact paint design on it. So, interesting thing to note. Okay, I've seen on other kits where it comes completely taken apart, but once you get it unscrewed from this little auto lift, the interior is already in it and the base is already on. So pretty much all you have to do is figure out which wheels you want, put the tires on the wheels, and put the axles in, and then it's pretty much done. So I've seen M2 model kits were a little more complicated where you had to put more stuff together, but this one seems to be, the van seems to be pretty much together. You just got to put the axles and wheels on. Okay, I got it all together. It went together pretty smoothly. I'll give you a little shot of the little auto lift that it comes with. A lot of people like to save these and use these for their diorama. This is a 1967 Dodge A100 paddle van. So color coded to the paint on the van. And here is the van all assembled. Like I said, it went together fairly well. There's like a brighter chrome set of wheels, which are the exact same style. And then there's ones that look like they're kind of more of a polished aluminum. Just a slightly darker look. I went with the darker polished aluminum look and the white letter tires. It also came with a set of tires that were just black walls. So this is kind of like a green, kind of in between like a lime green and like a military green. On the camera it looks a little bit more bright green, but in person it looks a little more army green. It's got some metal flake in it. Pretty nice looking van, real close to the bright orange version that was a hobby exclusive release. So like I said, it went together pretty well. Extra set of wheels and axles I can save for another project or wheel swap. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Here's all the most of the items that I got today, at least the ones that we opened. If you're interested in picking up some display cases for your diecast, I have a special promo code for my subscribers. So if you're interested in getting a discount code for MASCAR displays, make sure you watch the end of the video for that info. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Also check out my Facebook page, That Van Guy, and you can check me out on Instagram. I'm that_diecast_van_guy. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Hey guys, here's a shot of my MASCAR Ultima displays. Some with dust covers, like the one in the middle here. You can see you got the little extra glare on it because it's got a hard dust cover that goes over the top. And then I have a couple without. So just wanted to give you a quick shot of what they look like with cars in them. As a thank you to all my subscribers, right now you can go to the MASCAR Displays website and get 15% off your order when you use the promo code VANGUY. That's VANGUY, Van Guy. So check out MASCAR Displays. I'll leave a link in the description to their website, and you can get 15% off your order as a thank you to all my subscribers.